Okay, so tomorrow is Reptilian Nation, June of 2019 here in Denver, and I'm getting ready to go to the show, and tonight I'm going to show you pretty much how I get ready for the show. And first of all, someone asked me if I was going to bring Bobby, my bamboo ball python, here to the show, and I decided I think it'll be a little too much trying to handle this snake and show everybody all the hatchlings, because it's about all I can do to you know, just work the table in these shows. So I decided not to bring this ball python around my neck to the show. And the other thing is, to start out, kind of the first thing that I do to prepare for the show is I plan out my table. I have I think it's 8 boxes of display cases. I'm only going to bring 4 that fits on a full-size table. So 4 boxes have the big displays, 4 boxes have the small displays. And what I'm going to do in this show is I'm going to do a mixture of big display cases and small display cases. And it's going to work almost exactly perfect for my table. I'll have every single box on the table full. And as a matter of fact, last year in the fall when I was setting up for the show, I was actually doubling up snakes in the displays because I had so many snakes. And this year it'll be pretty close at this show to actually fill all the display cases. And what I'm going to do is I have 16 bigger ball pythons from last year. You might have seen kind of me showing them off, and you kind of got a preview of some of those snakes in some of my videos. And then I'll have small display cases right down the middle of my display with my brand new hatchlings from this year. And I need to come up with 20 hatchlings. And the funny thing is, I have 15 in my rack right now, and I have another box in my incubator, and I'm almost 100% sure that those hatchlings have come out of the egg. And I want to bring those right from the incubator right to the show. It's going to be pretty crazy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the hatchlings that are coming out of the eggs that are in the incubator, and those will be at the show. Alright, so this is pretty crazy. I've never actually had snakes coming right from the incubator going straight to the show, and this is a cross between my Lemon Blast and my Coral Glow, so we should get some interesting babies in this clutch. So let's take a look at this. Wow, look at that. So I don't know if you noticed on my very last video, I was looking at some of my Lemon Blasts thinking, I was trying to figure out if they had Coral Glow in them, and take a look at this. That is, I'm pretty sure this is, it looks, well, I know it has Coral Glow and Pinstripe in it. To me, it kind of looks like a Pinstripe Coral Glow to me, which is, I'm not sure this has any pastel in it though. That is really awesome. So that is what it actually looks like. My other snakes are definitely just straight Lemon Blast. So that is pretty awesome. I think that's just a Pinstripe Coral Glow. Here's another Coral Glow. So take a look at this. This is actually what was tricking me on my last clutch, because it's had some orange in the belly, and I had some viewers say, yeah, if you have Lemon Blast, sometimes they'll be orange when they're young. And look at the difference between if you actually have the two together. It's a night and day difference. This is definitely just a Lemon Blast. And then this one looks like a Pinstripe Coral Glow. This one looks just like a Coral Glow, just a straight Coral Glow. And then this one, it looks like both of these. So these were really interesting because I wasn't quite sure what they were. I just saw kind of this tiger pattern on the side. Look at how bright that is. These just look like pastels to me. Look like pastel. You can tell pastels because it has a little bit of yellow, and the pattern is definitely broken up. There's no alien heads like you'd see in a normal. That just looks like a pastel. And actually, so all these are 50% het pied, as a matter of fact. So it doesn't look like there's any tracks on the belly. This one, sometimes you can see the tracks coming along the belly. On the normals, you really can't tell. On some of the other morphs, on these pastels, you may not be able to see the het pied track marks on them, but it looks like both of those are really nice looking pastels. Take a look at that. That is a beautiful snake. So there are my 5 snakes right there that will be at the show. Alright, so this is what I have going on here. I got my display cases, and it's a little more complicated than I thought because I have to go through and peel all the labels off from last year and put new labels on it. So essentially what I'll be doing, this is the size of my snakes from last year, fits in here really nice. That is my male pastel bamboo, and this is a hatchling from this year. This is the perfect size for hatchlings. So I'll essentially have 4 display cases just like this side by side throughout the whole table. Alright, this is it. Alright, so here is the final display. Everything is all set up. Take a look at these snakes. Some bamboo hatchlings. A bunch of caramel normals. Some scaleless head. This guy's a good looking snake.
Oh, yeah. How's it going? Good. How you doing?
Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how many snakes I sold, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of the show. Check this out. Sold. I sold a bunch of snakes. Alright, let's check it out. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. Want to check out some of your snakes?
Nice.
Wow, bamboo. Got some spiders over here. Look at that.
Different body type.
That's a pretty cool spider.
Sling of, is it just the, I can't think of the dragons. Awesome. That's a good start. Yeah, no, for sure. I want to get myself
I'll take a look at this guy. Just go a little bit. Wow. Crazy eyes. Yeah.
It's a good picture.
Some boas, lots of boas. This is my favorite boa. Wow, this is really cool right here. Look at that.
Do you want me to hold the light in?
Sure, yeah. That is really cool.
Thank you. Give it some moonlight.
Yeah, I like that. You got a very unique niche here. That's really cool. I like this one too. That's awesome. How's it going? Oh, the animal hospital. Nice. Wildfire retics with some retics over here. Wide retic. Nice. Got some big snakes.
The hall is with she's a big girl, yeah. I watched her.
Let's do a quick walkthrough. There's so much in this show. It's unbelievable. All the way down here. All the way down here. Look at all the people. It's crazy. These are pretty wild. There's the YouTube snake right there. Awesome. Oh, take a look at this one. World's first albino black hair. Some merch. This is happening. Feeders. Here's the food. Tarantulas. A live mouse. That's pretty neat. Alright. Almost.
It's still like ideally if you wanted to make
Alright, so there's some snakes over here that I was thinking about buying, but they actually sold before I actually got over here. Take a look at these boas.
Or it could be somebody who gets it home and throws it on Craigslist.
Yeah, this snake right here, I was going to buy it and then someone bought it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, come over here. Oh, female. Ooh, look at these. Wow, these are some awesome displays. Look at this thing. Wow. That is really cool. Amazing. Nice setup here. I like how this is all set up. Lots and lots of merch. Got JD Kings over here with his king snakes. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
How's the oxalatos?
They're going good.
Nice. Nothing like an oxalato.
Nothing like an axolotl.
Yeah.
How are the snakes?
You're doing great.
Good. Where are you guys at this time?
We're back in the corner back over this way.
This way?
Yeah. All right, I want to continue my YouTube journey.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, let me get you a bag or something.
Yeah, thank you.
So, are you gonna set like information-wise?
All right, so that is pretty much the show. I can start heading back to the table this way. Oh, there's one more thing I want to show you. And that is the butterflies. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, these are pretty cool. Check this out. It's kind of crazy. This is pretty cool. I guess you walk into the... Hey, how's it going? Good. That's pretty cool. Looks like they've been selling some snakes too. I like this, you can kind of walk into the booth. How's it going? Pastel inchy bamboos. Apparently I'm not the only one selling bamboo stuff. Banana pie, look at that, that's pretty awesome. Plants and stuff over here. These are pretty wild. Take a look at this. That's wild. Scorpions. Spider. Awesome. Dragons. More tarantulas. And we're back at my table. Alright, so there you have it. That was Reptilian Nation, Denver in June 2019. It was an awesome show. There was an incredible amount of people at the show, and they just kept coming. It wasn't really in the typical waves where a lot of people would come in and then it would die down, then you get another wave. It was pretty much constant the whole entire time. And what I'm going to do is actually had a little camera up behind me at the show, took a picture every 7 minutes, and I'm going to play that slideshow at the very end. So maybe if you look through the slideshow, you'll be able to see yourself, or maybe see someone that you actually know. And it was a fantastic show. I probably had my best show that I've ever had selling snakes at reptile shows. I sold 17 snakes, which is pretty incredible for me. I don't think I've ever sold that many, and most of them I'd say I probably sold in the first 3 or 4 hours of the show. It was just pretty crazy, pretty nonstop. And I was kind of scrambling to see what else do I have to replace those snakes that I sold. And I actually looked inside my incubator, and I have another box of ball python hatchlings, and it looks like they're all completely out of the eggs and crawling around the box. And that cross was a fire pied cross with a normal. So all of those will be 100% het pied. Half of them should be fires, which is a lightener and an enhancer. So it should be really interesting. As a matter of fact, there's a couple people that came up to me at the show and said, hey, do you have any 100% het pieds? I say, not at this show. And I should have said, wait, not until tomorrow. And I didn't really look in my incubator to see if all those snakes were out of the eggs or not. And really, if you bought a snake from me during this show, today or tomorrow when I'm selling, I pretty much told everyone that these are really more advanced hatchlings because they're fresh out of the egg, and what they really need is they need to be fed live mouse hoppers, or like a mouse fuzzy for their first 5 or 6 meals before you can transition them to the frozen thawed. And that's kind of the hard part. As a matter of fact, I was talking to almost everyone that bought those hatchlings, and I was telling them some information about, that's a little more difficult to keep, and this is what you need to do. And I'd say, almost everybody I talked to was completely comfortable. They were used to feeding hatchlings and even assist feeding in a lot of cases. These guys, the guys coming to the shows, these are snake people, and some of them, you start talking to them and they have like 20 plus snakes as pets. They don't breed them, they just have a whole house full of snakes, and they are used to being in the snake business, and those are a lot of the people that bought my snakes. I thought that was pretty interesting. So I'm going to leave you with the slideshow at the end. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at the next reptile show.